Hi, welcome to Mike's Diabetes World. Current blood sugar 7.7, fully calibrated. I tried to give a dose for breakfast, but my tubing was blocked or something. So I waited and redid a calibration. Then I found when I did the full calculations, I was 3 units. No, I was 6 grams short. So I modified it, and that's why I have another. That's why I have 3 little bottles of insulin there today. Before, I had a drop down, and then I started to shoot up to 7.1. So I gave my insulin, and now I'm at 7.8. So things are looking up. Now, if we keep going, this is really getting boring in a good way. 100% time and range for the last 24 hours is a win-win-win. This has gone up a bit, but we're at 6.9. So it's all fairly good here. Let's try to keep it that way today. If we don't, it's not the end of the world. But we celebrate our wins on this channel, and you should be celebrating your wins. Now, what am I going to discuss today is eating to live. Sounds, well, we all need to eat. That's kind of a weird statement to make, isn't it? But we all need to eat to live. And I'm going to give my perspective. So sit back, relax, and we'll get going. This channel is provided for informational purposes only. Contact your physician for any diagnostic or treatment plan. Okay, the title, as I kind of mentioned in the introduction of this video, is kind of a weird topic. We all need to eat to live. But when I was first diagnosed, we all had to eat at certain times. Boom, boom, boom. And I think a lot of that got into my culture. Now with the pubs, if we don't necessarily feel like eating or we're not low, we don't need to eat. And it's giving more of a natural way of living. But in the early years when I was diabetic, you had to eat, and a lot of times as a young man, it was junk food. Let's be pure and simple. I worked at a convenience store. It was junk food. Whatever it took to keep me stable. I was left alone in charge of a store that had, oh God, there must be a couple of $100,000 worth of inventory there every night. And it was just astronomical. And I would just grab whatever. If I felt low, I grabbed whatever. There was no sitting down, relaxing. I was the only one there. If a customer came in, I had to serve them. So what's going on about that? And I think that led to my kind of, it wasn't the only reason, because I like food. Let's put it right out there. But I think it contributed to my size nowadays. the whole idea is still ingrained in me. You have to eat 5 times a day, 5 or 6 times. And at one point, we also threw in a morning snack. So it was breakfast, a morning snack. It was lunch, an afternoon snack. It was dinner, and then a bedtime snack. It's a lot of food taken. And it's still a new concept that I just need to eat to live. Still here, I could say, no, I don't feel like eating. But in the back of my mind, and because I'm hypoglycemic unaware, I worry about me going low. It's can be a real problem, and I don't know if I can ever beat this. Things I'm doing, well, I'm given 3 meals a day plus 2 snacks here. I'm starting to do chair aerobics because, for those of you who don't know, I do a lot of the videoing in bed because it's early in the day. And sometimes when I get up, I'll do a talk from the chair. But you all just have to get up and get working with and feeling better. I want to lose some of this weight. I think my own eating has played a role. The diabetes in my mind has always played a role that, you need to keep eating to keep your blood sugar up. Yeah, well, that one was really hard to do. And then the last was the complication I'm having right now. I don't want to be a big guy for the rest of my life. So we're starting to move a bit more when in the chair. They get me up for a couple of hours every day, and we're starting to do that and get active and doing more. And that's the important thing. You need to eat enough to keep your blood sugars up. You need to eat enough to keep your body functioning correctly. Now, people who have problems with eating, anorexia, this could be a challenge. But for the average diabetic, I just ate. I didn't get into bulimia. I didn't throw it up. I just ate. I enjoyed eating. And that was probably, at first, that was the joy of being a type 1 diabetic. You had to eat all day. There were times in school, I've told the story once or twice in this video. We were in social studies and the teacher stepped out of the room and someone threw a paper ball at someone else and everyone just went crazy and there was paper all over the room. Teacher came in and said, "Everyone stand up, okay?" And then he said, "Sit down if you did not throw a paper snowball," we'll call it. Everyone sat down, but I didn't. Yes, I threw one. I think it was only one, but at that point, if I was probably had normal sugar, I would have sat down, but I was I had to get out and I had to get that sugar. I had to eat. It was the beginning of my time of being unstable with my diabetes. So it was drilled into me. Another story was flying back from Edmonton, went to visit my dad, and he, on the flight back, they served us a lunch for an hour flight. Still, and they served lima beans. Well, I had lima beans, and when I said it, my sister was my guardian at the time. That's another story, but just freaked out. But that was the whole thing. You can't have lima beans. That has a different sugar count. You can't have that. And she was so paranoid I was going to be high all night. But we didn't have glucometers, so I probably was anyway. I was in the teenage years. Who really sat there and did their blood sugar every 5 seconds as a teenager? Come on, you've got to be realistic about things. Now, with counting carbs and the pump, I'm able to have more that I don't have to eat every 5 minutes. But it's hard for me to get around that concept. I'm just being truthful to you. That we should only be eating what we need to live. Now, young kids are obviously going to have more food requirements than someone who's older. Now, by all means, I am not saying hold back food, don't eat food. If you're an active diabetic, you're going to need more than someone who's sedentary. It's just common nutrition facts. But if you're not hungry, why should we be being force-fed? We're not really being force-fed, but say, oh, I have to eat, I have to eat. Think about it. Utilize the tools. Eat when you're hungry or when you're low. But make sure you're having a well-balanced, thought-out meals. That's it. Have a great day, and we'll be back tomorrow. My next vlog topic will be Tomorrow we're going to chat on time marches on. And do we really have as much time as we think? And having your blood sugars high for that long, is it really going to do any difference? It won't affect me anyway. Stay tuned and look forward to talking with you about the subject. Anyway, I hope you have a great day, and we'll talk later. Bye now. My email is mikesdiabetesworld@gmail.com. mikesdiabetesworld@gmail.com.